individually, but in total, like all 36 chapters together, I think were the best 36 chapters at, at any time in the manga. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, and Merry Christmas. Thank you for tuning in, and I was thinking about something special for this channel. It's One Piece. Reviewing Wano Kuni and giving kind of like a quickly summing up my feeling and how I feel towards the Wano Kuni. Approaching its 25th anniversary last year around this time we had the 1000th chapter 1000. This year was chapter 1036. We get the 25th anniversary of the manga. I think this year was amazing. It was greatness for One Piece. I think Eiichiro Oda kind of like accelerated the pace. That's maybe just my feeling. Where people complain that many of the other Straw Hats, many characters, they don't get enough screen time. We have many fights that feel a little bit rushed, and especially in the context of this arc being the culmination of all the previous arcs of Fishman Island, of Punk Hazard, of Dressrosa, of Whole Cake Island, the whole story around the confrontation with Big Mom and Kaido, and that all should culminate and come to a small conclusion for that almost, I wouldn't call it an arc, almost a saga. In Wano, it didn't feel like the stakes are that high yet. There are many who feel it goes just too well for the Straw Hats, Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji. But except that, the other Straw Hats did get not that much screen time, not that much panel time in the manga, and even Luffy and Zoro and Sanji, their fights felt a little bit rushed for being that these final great showdown. We still have lots of in between, lots of panels with extended dialogue, and we do have action, but we also have lots of background and off-screen situations. that if they were to be shown each individually on screen, in the manga, on panel, it would just take up too much time. I think it would blow up the art completely out of proportion. It's just kind of a dilemma, or where Eiichiro Oda moved the story to a point where the Straw Hats alone are a big crew. With Jinbei having joined, we just have one more character who we want to see some matchup, some big confrontation. That's something we kind of got each past arc, that each of the Straw Hats, each of the characters got one confrontation, one matchup, one character to fight against their personal one-on-one match. But with the crew growing, it just takes more time if the manga were to actually give each character a dedicated fight. And then we also got introduced to so many side characters. We got introduced to the Scabbards. They just needed their confrontation to not make them obsolete, to not make them worthless, to make the reader feel, okay, we also care for the Scabbards. They are also not some father that gets slapped away by Kaido, and like, okay, the Scabbards were nice, like, and next, let's see Luffy. That's what we are waiting for. But actually give them their chance, give them a chance to have their take on Kaido, because they were Oden's followers, his supporters, his retainers, and they wanted to avenge Kaido, and it was kind of important to have them also have their try to take Kaido's head. And then we have so many other characters that were introduced. We got Yamato, which says she wants to join Luffy's crew and has that history with Ace. We have so many other characters from the Alliance. We have the Mink, we have Marco, we have from the Whitebeard Pirates. We have so many characters put together. We have Law and Kid and Drake and Apu, and we want to see them all have their fight, but it just won't be possible. It would drag it, make it drag on for too long, and it would just be like stretching chewing gum, and it would make it hard to read. And I think it's a really almost a necessary choice to move some action into the background and have more dedication towards the main events. Some people also notice the jumping around between situations, especially between the Sanji and Zoro fight. Even mid-battle, where we had a bit of the Sanji fight being showcased, him then giving Zoro a call regarding him being worried about his Germa transformation, and then Zoro picking up his fight, being involved into his action, his fight with King, and then flipping back to Sanji fighting Queen again, and then flipping, like, changing scenes back to King. So this back and forth was quite noticeable by many readers, and I think it was a way to give a feeling of more action happening in the background, while the scene changed to the other character, giving the reader the impression that the fight takes longer than the total amount of panels showing the fight actually happening, and thus being able to show more events and being able to show more different scenes, while still at the same time making it feel like it's not a rushed battle. I think that it was a conscious decision. I think it was an absolutely consciously made decision by Eiichi Oda, the mangaka, and I actually liked it. I think it gave a feeling of I didn't feel like it's rushed. I felt it's a much faster pace, which I appreciated. After this arc being so long, after I felt almost it was dragging a little bit. I want this fight to come to a conclusion. I don't want to see it being continued for the sake of being continued, but I'd rather have like a smaller, solid package that once rereading maybe can be enjoyed much better. So to sum up my resume, my feelings towards Wano Kuni and the last chapters, especially the chapters that were released this year, everything from chapter 1000 to 1036, I'm happy. I think these were some of the best chapters in the whole One Piece series, individually, but in total, like all 36 chapters together, I think were the best 36 chapters at any time in the manga. I think there's no other point in the manga of One Piece where you can cut out 36 chapters, I mean consecutively, like 36 chapters in a row that are better than the 36 chapters we got in the last year. And that's the most essential, that's the important point I want to make, that even if you might have other chapters that are your favorite or that are better, or you have like one or two chapters in between these 33 that you feel wasted some panels, that could have moved the story a bit faster forward, or that could have spent some more time and focused more on some characters. Maybe some fights were rushed, maybe some characters didn't get enough screen time. Maybe we would have liked to see Usopp and Nami getting their matchups and getting like a better representation for this final arc. Maybe we would have liked to see so many other different things in these 33 chapters. Maybe there was even like one or two chapters in between that were just mediocre. But overall, these 33 chapters, I think, once more, these were the best 33 chapters in the whole series. One Piece has never been this good. That's the point. It has never been this good. So, and this is maybe why I'm very enthusiastic towards One Piece again. I think One Piece, being someone who follows One Piece for over 20 years, since I'm in elementary school, I had my highs and lows of how much I followed One Piece. There have been times when I just bought the manga and binge read them and was binge reading the chapters and the anime multiple times, and then having my dip where I didn't read the manga for like some months or even a year and I didn't follow One Piece at all, and then I picked it up again and was recapping. Well, I think this last year has made me feel involved and make me follow One Piece more than ever. I think I haven't felt that positive towards One Piece, and I mean specifically One Piece, not just manga in general, just One Piece, for a long time. And yeah, that's that's what I hope to see in 2022 as well. I just hope the manga keeps up this pace. And where it's gonna get, where it's gonna go, after that, let's see. I have my series, and for the next video, I want to put out some maybe crazy series, but I think not groundless, not totally unfeasible series, where it's gonna go with Wano Kuni, or where it's gonna go after Wano Kuni. And I think these series I have in my sleeve, up my sleeve, are series that maybe or maybe not you have not heard yet in the community. So I hope you stick with me and watch the next video. It's gonna be more theoretically, of course. It's gonna be a series video, and my next video I will present you 5 series for how the series will continue after Wano Kuni. So, thank you for having tuned in. I hope you enjoyed my take on the last chapters of One Piece on the last year, chapter 1000 to 1036. I hope you enjoyed it as much as me, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video. It has gotten longer than what I was planning to let my videos get, but I saw it once in a while. It's Christmas, and if you didn't get bored, if you were sticking with me and had fun, thank you, and tune in. See you next time.